I feel like things clicked when I started to see myself in a different way. I am Rachel Motley. I'm 21 years old. I'm a digital illustrator and go to Howard University. I came into Howard extremely bright-eyed. Navigating my creative life in addition to school life is not easy at all. Coming into college, I remember we had to write this paper, and the paper was just about I think where we saw ourselves in 4 years. And I was just writing about how my ultimate goal was to combine my love for business and my love for art, and I had no clue how I was gonna do it. If you told me freshman year that I was gonna be an artist full-time or as my occupation, I wouldn't have believed you. I think my outlook really changed when I realized that I was able to actually walk away with knowledge that I could apply elsewhere. Outside of school, I am a digital illustrator. I spend a lot of time with my iPad and my Apple Pencil, just drawing, designing, doing different things, all that fall within digital illustration. And so with my business, I sell prints. I also work with different brands. So I've worked with the NBA, I've worked with Coach, ESPN, Nike, work with different brands for different events, collaborations, partnerships, and so forth. Yeah, so I'm an artist. I just make art, and I like to make stuff and sell it. I feel like that's the best way to explain things.
I'm Dassin Blackwell. I am Rachel's uncle. I'm proud every day to see the things that she does, how she's grown up, how she's become the woman that a lot of parents should be happy about their child becoming. She was outgoing as a young kid, just as the way she is now. It kind of goes with what our family has been, and it's just really ironic looking at Rachel. Remember Rachel as a kid reminds me of her mother, my sister, which are just two peas in a pod.
The first location that I worked with Coach in was at the 5th Ave location in the city, in New York City. And now I'm working with them on my very first mural. So that's what I'm doing now. It's my first mural, and I'm terrified, but I'm so excited. I was able to visit their Central Park location and actually see the space just in preparation for painting the mural. So I'm not only painting the wall, but I'm also gonna be painting the ceiling to an extent, just because of how the setup is at the location. And so I was able to speak with one of their sales representatives, and he kind of just gave me the rundown for hey, this is what the wall looks like, here are the measurements. There's a lot of factors that you may not account for that are still very important into your process. I've lived in the same house for 21 years. I've lived in, New York, in the same house in New York my whole entire life. My house has been the one thing that has not changed. The family dynamic is just constantly changing.
I don't know how many people have gone through what her and her brother have gone through and come out on the other side, still being able to climb to the pinnacle of what they want to do.
My mom passed away when I was 6 years old. That was June, and she passed away, I believe, August. When she first got breast cancer, she she wrote a note for me. It was on a piece of loose leaf, and she drew a tree with leaves falling off of a tree to explain to me why she was losing her hair. Sorry, this is so weird. It's funny because it's Even the earliest memories that I have of my mother like have to do with art. She was just using that like card that she made for me to explain like why she was losing hair and how different seasons bring, you know, different changes.
She's her mother's daughter. She's her grandmother's grandchild. And anybody that knows the both of them can understand why Rachel is the way that she is. I don't know if the age of 21 I would be able to handle losing my mother and living with your aunt and uncle. Rachel should be celebrated and shown, as you guys are doing today, that there is light at the end of the rainbow.
That's her, like, on a day-to-day, like, you know, like I said, she'll have her setbacks, but she'll like be there for like 5 minutes in her like little space, and then she was like, you know what, like she has to get up. She's a no excuses type of person. She's gonna figure it out. No matter what like circumstance, like Rachel's gonna figure it out.
I'm enjoying the journey. Like I feel like that sounds so cliche, but I'm genuinely enjoying like where I am and learning to be present and just be like, hey, like this is what I'm doing right now. I'm really just trying to do it all. So where do I see myself? Everywhere. I see myself everywhere.